Hi students, this video is to show you how to navigate our Blackboard page and also to go over certain things about the syllabus, well, the whole syllabus, and also just tell you how this summer will unfold, like how many quizzes you will have, what about the practices, what is all of that. So let's start by, I hope you already have access to Blackboard. If you don't, please make sure you do call the help desk, and we have a number here, I'm highlighting it with my mouse, for EPCC Blackboard Support Center. So if you cannot see it, it's 188-296-0863. So make sure you get that taken care of because you do need to have full access to Blackboard. So what I'm going to do is select courses, and you can see the classes that I'm teaching. This summer I'm just teaching you guys, and this will be this class at the bottom is your lab. So I will not be putting anything inside the Blackboard class that is related to the lab, the one with the CRN 31226. That will be empty. Everything will be placed in the 31223, which is your lecture class. So I click there. Now, sometimes certain computers or tablets, they might have the menu that you see here on the left, it might be hidden. So if that happens, try to find that little arrow, and so it might look like that. That would be hidden. And to be able to view those options, try to find that arrow, scroll over it. You will see that kind of like blue line. And if you click on the arrow, it will open those options again. Okay, so every time you come into our class on Blackboard, you will see the announcements page. I don't have any announcements placed, but after I record this video, I will place an announcement with the link to this video. So every time I do something that I think is important, I will place it here, and what I like to do is send an email to your EPCC email, a copy of the announcement. So you know here you're in the right class, summer 10 weeks, in case you didn't know. And this is my last name, Bevan. It's spelled like heaven, but with a B as in boy, and it is also pronounced like that. So it's not Bevan, it's Bevan. So here's your class, Math 2412, which is Breakout 2. Now, let's look at our options here. So the very first section is the important course information and links. We'll go over the stuff there. Then the next section, it's called Getting Started. And we have coursework, and we have things to submit. So let's go ahead and look at the first section. And so that one contains the first subsection is syllabus and important documents. Here, what I have so far is your syllabus part 1 and part 2. And actually, I'm going to switch to your student mode because right now I'm in instructor's mode or view. So right here, you could see both syllabus part 1, that is mine. We'll go over that in a sec. And we have syllabus part 2, that is from the institution, and it clearly states what classes or what sections will be covered in this class. Okay, so if you click on them, you could open them. They will open here. You could save it. If you want to download it, you will click here. If you want to print it, you will click here. But you could always refer to it here from Blackboard. Okay, we'll cover that in a second. Now let's move on to schedule. So the schedule that we have here is actually the last page of your syllabus, and it just contains the table of contents, the calendar, and it's an approximation of it. So for this week, we are supposed to cover 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4. Now, I have it set up this way so that each week we cover 4 sections unless you have an exam. So if you have an exam going on, we will only cover 3 sections per week. I know this week is kind of short, but the first section is not that difficult, and actually 4.3 is not difficult either. But I want to remind you, this class If you do not learn 4.1, it will be very difficult for you to understand 4.2. If you don't go over 4.2, it will be extremely difficult for you to understand 4.3 and 4.4 and so on. So this class does have a continuity and you need to stay on top of your assignments and your lecture videos. So that is the schedule. I have here listed when homeworks are due. You could see the exact date on WebAssign, and of course, everything is subject to change. So I have also listed quizzes, and you could see those in red, and also exams. So you could see exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, exam 4, and the final exam. Okay, so let's move on to math live sessions. So those are the sessions that you will take instead of your lab for the class, and they're going to be two 30-minute sessions per week, and they are not strictly mandatory as for you to be there live at the time of the session, but you're still responsible for reviewing the videos that will be recorded during those lab sessions. And so what I'm trying to do is do more examples, more problems, perhaps look at the homework and just help you guys out. So if you're not able to attend, then you will watch the recording and there is something that you will have to submit after that. We'll talk more about that in later. So let's move on here. So I'm going to click where it says my grades, and that's where you will see a breakdown of your grades. I'm not sure if I have everything placed here. I'm still missing like a few of the practices, half actually, but I have all the quizzes listed. You will have 5 quizzes, and each quiz is worth 10 points. You will have 5 exams. Each exam is worth 100 points. Your practices, which is what we will do during the live sessions, they will be 5 points each. And then your class notes, it will be 10 points per chapter. We will discuss more about how to turn those in later. Okay, now the next link here is EPCC Online Assistance. And so that will open a new window. And this window is going to show you a website where you could go for help now that our campus, I believe most of our offices, or if not all, remain closed to students. So here you could go, you could click the service if you need help with admissions, if you need help with financial aid, where if you're a dual credit student or transfer, students with disabilities. So everything that you see here is available from that same website. Okay. Going back to our Blackboard page, we have announcements. I already talked about that. Now, about getting started. So here, to enroll in WebAssign is one of the first things you need to do. Now, I don't have anything, any videos posted there yet, but as soon as I'm done recording this video is also going to show there under Getting Started. So when you go on WebAssign, even if you go in the regular way, there is a place or a button that will say enroll with the class key. The class key is the same thing that I gave you on your syllabus, and it's actually listed here. Class key EPCC 78295550. That's what you will need to enroll in my WebAssign class. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our page. Oh, then it kicked me out, so I'm going to go back, click on the class. And where were we? Okay, so right here where it says getting started, you will see a link that will say videos. This is where I'm going to post this video, and I'm going to post some other useful videos as well there. The link is not visible to you guys because I don't have any content there yet, but it will be. Remind instructions. Actually, I have 2 students who already signed up for it. I'm very proud. And so if we click there, you could see a PDF file with more specific instructions. My favorite way for students to register on Remind is probably with the app, because with the app, the application on your phone that you can get from the Google Store or Apple Store or whatever they're called. And it is called Remind, and it does have like a little this is the symbol right here, a little cloud. It's blue and then it has a white cloud. That's what the app icon looks like. And so you will click where it says join class, and then you will enter this code right here, which is at 24/12/2020. And that's what you will do if you were to download the app. You look for where it says join class. If you just want to do it through text, you will text that code, that message, to the number 81010. Okay, going back to, I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, back to our class. So remind instructions, tutoring information. This is actually very useful. Tutoring information. So we have here the link to go to the tutoring, online tutoring. That's all we're offering. And I'm going to show you here how if I click on it, it will open a new window. So that new window is direct to the tutorial support services Blackboard page. And so when you go in, you just type your name, make sure you type your real name, first name and last name, just so that tutors can keep track of it. Don't use a fake name, and so that they can keep their logs. So just so you know, when is, by the way, this is all free. When is all this available? Well, let's look at the schedule. And what we have here is their flyer. You could save it, you could download it, you can print it, whatever you want. We also have a QR code. And I believe that this also works with your cell phone, but I'm not so sure. The best way is like if you are also on Blackboard, because you're able to write on the board, you're able to share your screen, and so you don't have to just read the question to the tutor, you could actually show them what to do. So here are the instructions, like what to do and how to log in, but of course you could always get the link from here. But they do have specific instructions such as raise your hand and please be respectful if you use their services. Okay, moving on. Useful links, that's our next link here on our left side menu. So for that, I have the WebAssign login in case you forget, but the website is very easy. It's just www.webassign.net. This is actually very important, a free TI84 emulator to download. So I'm going to right click and then just open it in a new tab so you can see. And that is for a free calculator. An emulator is a calculator that looks, okay, let's say this. It's like a software that looks like a calculator. And so you will go here to download it based on your computer. Also, you could have a real calculator, not a software, not an emulator. You could have that, or you could have another graphing calculator. That's fine with me. I do recommend the TI Inspire. Those are color screen and they're very easy to use. So if you are going to invest in one, TI Inspire, it is listed on my syllabus. If you need a free one, that's an option. You could also get it on your phone. You can get it, yeah, I mean, you could buy a new one, a used one. There are several things you can do. We used to rent them on campus, but I don't know if that service is available right now. Then this is a link to my YouTube channel. Most of my videos, I upload them to YouTube. I don't really get paid for it because I do use the publishers, what are they called? PowerPoint. Oops, sorry. So I like to use YouTube because they do actually caption your videos, like subtitles, and then sometimes they actually you could translate your video. So it is pretty useful, and you can see a lot of my lessons are here. So if you're a little rusty with Pre-Cal 1, you might have to scroll down a lot more. Maybe you can find some there. But you can see here, this is our first video, section 4.1, and I'm sorry I went over an hour, but maybe I talked too slow. You could play it in fast, like at a faster speed. but I really like to just go every single little detail. That's just the way I teach. In the future, I will try to maybe pause when I'm scrolling down to the next slide or thinking so that hopefully it could be shorter. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our Blackboard. Uh, let's see. So we have Dropbox. And, oh, I'm missing here a letter. So Dropbox is like a storage service. It's kind of like Google Drive, but better. And I say better because you could literally store any type of file, and it doesn't have to be like a Google Doc or the Google spreadsheets. So you can store anything. You could create an account. You could sign in with Google. You create one, and you get certain amount of free storage. And I haven't run out of storage. You could always pay for I think I paid for the upgrade version for like a year, and I was not even using the full storage. So I went back to the free version. So if you do create one, the really nice thing about it is that you could open Dropbox on your cell phone and your files will be there. You could open it on your iPad or your tablet, and your files will be there. Or you could just log in from any computer in the world to Dropbox and your files will be there. So it's a very nice way to keep track of all your assignments. You could use it. I strongly recommend that you get it. And I promise you that you will like it. I haven't used a flash drive for years just because I use Dropbox. And of course, you could use it for all classes. Okay, here Desmos graphing software is a software that perhaps we might use a little bit when we do the graphs. Actually, yeah, it will become in handy. And for this one, it's free. You could also download an app for your phone or tablet, and you could just start graphing. You could also create an account. You can link it to your Gmail account if you have one. And if you create an account, you're able to save your graphs. If you don't create an account, it's not a big deal. You could still use the website, but once you close the window, all your work would be lost. Okay, going back to our Blackboard. Okay, so we have here, okay, coursework. And so for the coursework, we have our chapters listed, and they are chapters 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. We are not skipping 7 and 8, simply those are covered in Pre-Cal 1. So this is the correct order. So far, I have made, so I clicked on chapter 4 for trigonometry, which is what we have this week and next week. And so far, I have added all of the blank PDF files for you to print in case you want to. Hopefully, you do have access to a printer. And these are the PDF files. And I already made them this way so that you don't have to waste so much paper. Now, if you would like to have these files, like perhaps the original size of them, just send me a message through Remind, and I can just upload them. Some students like to take notes with their tablet, so I understand you might want to just have like the normal size PDF file. So just let me know. I don't know if so many people will like that. So that's why I didn't upload them. So I'm going to go back to our page. So here you could see all the sections. Chapter 4 is the longest chapter of this book. All of our other chapters are shorter. It does go up to 4.8. So all the PDFs, blank PDFs are there for you to print. Now I'm going to go back to the folders within the chapter, and the next folder is lecture videos. So right now you can only see one. Hopefully by the end of the day you will see another two, at least one more. That's my goal, 4.2. And so this one, I recorded this one last night. So it is posted. You could click on it and it will open this YouTube thing. You could also maximize the view, just like any other. just like any other YouTube video. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel, you could do that also from your phone, and you could find the link to the video. Okay, now when you're taking video, you are supposed to be taking notes. So whether you print the PDF file with the kind of like the slides of the PowerPoint or not, you still need to take notes. Now, do I want you to write every single thing that is printed? No. But do I want you to write every single thing that I wrote down? Yes. Now, why do I need you to take notes? Well, because I do believe that you do not learn mathematics unless you write it by hand. And so once you take notes, you will save all of your notes from the chapter, and then you will go here to chapter 4 notes and you will upload them. The notes for each chapter are worth 10 points. You will browse here, my computer, attach the file with your notes. We will discuss how to scan your files in another video. And then you will submit. This will be when we finish the chapter. Okay, going back to the coursework. So for class notes, I will post those later, perhaps by the end of the week, so that you guys could, I don't know, let's say that you cannot watch the video because your internet is not that good, or you just hate my voice, um, which it has happened. So you could look at the notes, try to copy the notes, but I can assure you that you will not learn the same as if you were to watch the video. Not to brag about myself, but I am a great instructor, and in fact, this is my favorite class to teach. Okay, so class notes, I have nothing posted here. And so what I teach, I use OneNote, and then when I finish, I save the notes as a PDF, so that's what you will see here under class notes. Sometimes I'm not that fast to post them, so don't rely on them. You are supposed to watch the videos. Okay, if you look at the other chapters, I just have the folders, but they're still empty. I don't have anything in there, but as we move on, they will have stuff inside. Okay, now things to submit. I already touched about the notes that you will scan them. Practices from math labs live sessions. So again, this is where you will submit it. You will scan them, you will submit it. You do have a first one here. I haven't made the actual instructions for it. So once I do and modify it, you should receive a notification on your email. But I will also send you a message through Remind. Hopefully by that time you're all signed up for it. Okay, and I believe practices are due. Let me see. I did not put a due date on this one because it is our first one, just to get you used to it and learn how to scan with your cell phone. If we look at the one here from 5/27, which will be that will be tomorrow. Yes, so Wednesday, tomorrow Wednesday, we do have a live session. And remember, it's 30-minute long, and if you cannot attend, you're able to just make it up by watching the video. Okay, so this one, practices will be due Saturday, which is the end of the week, at 11:59. So Saturday at the end of the day. And each practice is 5 points, so total we will have 2 per week, 10 weeks, so you will have a total of 20 practices. So 20 times 5 is 100. So the total of all those practices is 100 points. Those are the 100 points that are accounting for your lab sessions that you were to have if you were taking this class in person. Okay. And I don't want you to feel like I'm punishing you and you have to do that. In fact, this is actually going to be very helpful for all of you guys because we will do more practice problems. Now, this will not be quizzes. They're simply going to be practice problems. Okay, exams. This is also to turn in exams. Your exam 1 and exam 4 will be on WebAssign. So you don't need to worry about submitting something, but I still made the icon there so I can use for the grade book. Okay, Finally, what else is here? Quizzes. Quizzes will more than likely be on WebAssign, but in the event that they happen to be on paper, this is where you will go to turn it in. So it says this quiz may be on WebAssign or on paper. If the quiz is handwritten, please submit a PDF file after scanning your handwritten notes. So that is what you will do. And what else do we have here? So that's about it for Blackboard. I was going to talk about the syllabus, but then I will make this video super long. So I'm just going to stop recording here and record a new one that will be about the syllabus. So just to do a quick recap, this is the link, Math Lab live sessions, that you will click on tomorrow, Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. if you're available. To access that, you will click here on this icon with the 3 dots and then join session. So I hope to see you there tomorrow. If not, you will find the recording. To find the recording, you also click Math Lab live sessions and you will click here where it says menu, recordings, and the recording will appear here. We don't have any because we haven't had any live sessions, but the recordings will be here. Okay, so this is the end of the video. Next video will be that I will record is on the syllabus.